Hey everybody, this is the incredible cast of Falling Skies. You got Colin Cunningham,
Luciana, Carro,
Seychelle, Gabriel,
Drew Roy,
Connor Jessup.
yeah.
amazing.
having a pretty solid time.
I love London, so coming over here to do that's awesome. And then it's always great to get to, like, I know everybody says this, but like getting to talk to actual fans, it's something pretty special about it. I like to hear like what their favorite scenes are, what really stood out to people, and I find that fascinating.
Yeah, especially cool. At the panel we get we've done a couple of the last 2 days. They, you get a lot of questions from fans, and we're used to questions from journalists or from people, but to talk to people who aren't who didn't have to go out and do their research, but who actually are like
Fans.
dead fans of the show.
Yeah.
It's just an honest question. It's not some question that somebody's thought about and
Or told you to ask.
Yeah.
But no, it is pretty cool. It's organic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And sci-fi fans are the most loyal fans. They really are.
Yeah.
And they're really smart. Their questions are really smart questions. Definitely.
Yeah.
We spend since season 2 we've been shooting in Vancouver, and almost all of us, if not all of us, are not from or don't live in Vancouver. So the only people we know in the city are each other and the crew. So we end up spending, and we're there for 6 months. So we end up spending a lot of time together.
Your internal clock is so off because we usually shoot Mondays. We start at about 5 in the morning and shoot till sundown. But then by Friday, you start at 5 p.m. and shoot until you're done or the sun comes up. So your clock's really off. So I've been over at your house many times playing video games. It'll be 4 in the morning and we're like, oh, crap.
That and we all date the same people, so we share the same type of venereal disease. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we all get the same penicillin shot. It's all good.
Colin.
We were playing last year. The one that we really got into was the new Grand Theft Auto, which kept us up for a long time.
Our mission was to steal the F-16, was it?
Yeah.
The fighter plane out of the military zone.
Once we got
awesome at it.
Once we got the routine down, like once we got where you had to drive and how you had the timing was, it got pretty easy. But for the first 5 hours or so, and like we play video games, but we're not very good. We're not anything special. No. The other one we do is we do Nazi zombies a lot in Call of Duty.
Yeah, that one.
We spend some time at that.
That one's good.
But it's terrible because we'll get to like round 20 or something. We've been playing for 2 hours and then he'll fall out of the window. And
in the video game.
In the video game. Not out of my.
Only once did I fall out of the real window. Won't do that again.
It's a great show. The writing's amazing. The visual effects are amazing. The actors are amazing.
We're so
the storylines.
Definitely helps. We have Steven Spielberg sort of heading this whole thing up and putting his name on it and putting his fingerprints on it. So that definitely helps with the international crowd. Along with Noah.
Have Noah in the show.
And we've just been very fortunate that the writing has been interesting. And as we've said in other interviews, our entire writing staff has changed 3 different times. And that has kept it very unpredictable. But each new staff would pay homage back to the previous ones and still keep a through line. So it's not just random things happening.
I think what's nice is what you said with Noah, just having lead people like Noah, Will, and Moon, who are strong, beautiful, wonderful people heading your show. It really is kind of a trickle-down thing, and you have strong people who are kind to everyone, who don't think they're above anyone. I think that they are all very, very good people, and I think that that's a really good thing.
Mm-hmm. They do set a great tone.
Yeah.
Every now and then we'll have a guest star come on who might try to bring their own flair to things in maybe not the most professional way, but the tone on set is so laid back and cool that you usually see people sort of, all right, let's be professional.
Yeah, and there's something really when you're working with Noah or Will or Moon, it's you walk onto set at the beginning of the day and it's like you realize, it's a different league. Like you're playing in it, you feel like they're pulling you up with them.
Yeah.
Just by the force of their own charisma and their own talent and all those things. That's, especially for younger actors, it's really nice to have that.
I wish. There's only a handful of us, like Drew and I guess the pilot guys, right? You guys are gals. And
that was the only time he ever came on set.
The amount. My theory is that there's 7 of him because the stuff that he does, like the sheer amount of stuff, and not just amount, but quality of stuff that he does, is unbelievable. So yeah, he sort of, with most of his TV shows, my impression is that he goes there for the first episode, for the pilot, or for the first season to get them off the ground and give them the.
He showed up at a very tough time in the filming of the pilot. It was towards the end. It was really hot. It was becoming a very demanding part of the schedule. It was a great little pick-me-up, which you'd think would just be complete chaos if he showed up to set, and there is to a degree, but it makes everybody, it's something fun to talk about. He took a picture with, I think, everybody. Yeah. Everybody from the top all the way down to background. And that's just a nice little boost to keep people going.
Tough. I mean, just thinking what we do and taking photos, but just imagine me and Spielberg having that.
Yeah. He's very sweet and humble, though.
That's pretty
incredibly humble.
Yeah, and
I was blown
very
away.
Inspiring.
Yeah. Such a hard question. It's a somewhat common question too, that we get, but I don't think I've ever said this answer, but just hit me right here. I get so invested in the character that I play that I really don't know if I would want to swap with any other character.
I was just thinking the same thing. Who would I swap Pope for?
Because you respect everybody else, but I would almost feel like, well, am I going to be Weaver? I can't be Weaver. I'm not gonna do
Weaver's
Weaver.
Weaver's Weaver. Yeah,
Tom's gonna be Tom. I can't be a Tom.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, I'd love to play Maggie,
Ben, but
so I don't. But Maggie's Maggie. It's Sarah.
I'd still be Pope though.
I think I'd probably go with Tector. I'd go with Ryan's character. The sniper. It's just cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It's just sniper.
Yeah, that's a tough question though, because we're just so. Once you see everybody else doing their jobs, it's hard to see anyone else doing them,
Yeah.
It's even fun to hear someone else's perspective on the exact same episode. Yeah. Like if you and I were talking and you would mention something that I would think, oh wow, I didn't think of it like that, because I'm looking at it from a singular point of view of Hal, and you look at it from Pope and Ben and on.
I wouldn't want to switch with Weaver because I could never do that part in a million years. But I would, if I changed the parameters of the question slightly, I would like to know what it would be like to be Will playing Weaver for a day. Like to actually become him for a day, just for a day, and see what that was like. That would be fun.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I would love to see his process, like when he gets a script, how he breaks it down. And
wouldn't we all?
Yeah.
Like I say, we had a whole new writing staff come in for this season, and the first thing that they implemented, which I thought was brilliant, was they split us all up. So we start off in 4 different camps, 4 very different kinds of camps, and you're seeing characters interact with the other characters that you don't usually see. We'd sort of gotten into a rhythm of Hal talks to Maggie, maybe a little Ben, maybe a little Tom, and that's it. And then other characters would only talk to other characters. So by splitting them up that way, we're able to see these new interactions that I thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah, and it gave an instant purpose to the show, in that as soon as families are split up, especially, it becomes obvious that they have to reconnect. So then we spend a lot of energy in the show trying to bring everything back together, and it gave everyone, I think, a very solid, goal. It helps.
And it's fun just as an actor. It's always, having scenes with new people. It's just a whole another, experience. It's a new experience that when you're on a show for, we've been on it for like 5 years now. Yeah. Things become pretty.
Well, that's the thing. It's super easy to become comfortable.
Yeah.
Yep. So
it's really, really good. It's good for your skills. It's good for your. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's like when I'm in a scene with Hal or with my dad or with Matt, I know like it's you still have to do a little bit of work, but you kind of know how you are with them, like how you would react if they said this, and it becomes a little bit more intuitive. But when you're doing scenes, like I had a lot of scenes this season with Seychelle and with Sarah as Maggie and with a few other characters that I haven't really worked with that much before, you had to put a lot more thought into it, and you had to build these relationships that would, we would have a relationship. Yeah. It just wouldn't have been on camera.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was exciting.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. And for everybody who thought you were going to hear a teaser right there, we sidestepped that question.
Yeah, we managed to talk for a solid 5 or 10 minutes without saying anything.
Obviously, we've got the little
the baby, the crazy
sister.
Baby.
She's going to continue being crazy, get crazier, and continue growing. She's a huge part of this new season. Yeah. I would say she's the epicenter of the season that everything sort of circles around.
Most seasons have had, we have episodic plots, and we have all but most things, most seasons have this core. Like season 2, it was the Skidder Rebellion with Red Eye, and season 3, we have the giant Volum weapon and the grid, and season 4, that Colonel at the center is
Lexi.
Yeah. Well, we get some new aliens this year.
Supernatural.
We get to learn some more about the Volum. I get my own coaches.
Dad, I want one too.
Like a personal home assistant.
Yeah.